We are live. What really is a CEO, y'all? Thanks so much for joining me. In less than 15 minutes, I'll be sharing with you the qualities of an effective CEO so that can help you with how those two are connected to, how that really is connected to growing your business. Designs by Gessie is in the house. Hi, thanks for joining me. Just talking about some qualities of being a CEO. And I'm Dr. Priscilla Kucer, Priscilla Kucer Consulting Solutions, and I'm a strategic business coach. I've been a school psychologist for about 10 years in K-12 schools in the U.S., served on professional organization committees, and also have been part-time faculty at the master's level for psychology. So I really wanted to talk about this topic because it's very likely that you might be one of those people who are thinking that there's no way you can be a CEO of a micro business, right? Because you're a micro business owner. What does that have to do with you being a CEO? You're thinking, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm not a CEO. But this could very well be dependent on how you define a CEO or what you think a CEO is. And it can also be connected to the shift that you have to be making in your head when you're moving from working for somebody else and being an employee to now being a business owner, right? But that is a topic for another life, talking about that shift in your mindset. Today I really wanted to share some qualities of a CEO to show you that you could very well have these qualities and you can use them to take your micro business to that next level that you want to take it to, right? So for me, I remember hearing about the CEO before, right? And I thought it was like this fancy thing and really prestigious thing that only people who have worked in businesses for a really long time that they get to those ranks, right? Because I'm sure you've heard in the news about all these CEOs of these big time companies, and it just seems like, oh my gosh, they had to do so much to get to that point. Lots of hard work, right? Staying in a company for years. So for me, I was like, oh, I guess I would never be a CEO because I didn't really see myself staying in a business for 20 or 30 years to get to that level. But then one day, a funny thing happened. And that funny thing was I became a CEO. Why? Because I started my own business just like you did. You went out there and you started your own business. Started my own LLC and needed a title because we do need to have titles when we start our LLC. And guess what? CEO was the title. One of the many titles that you can have when you own your own LLC. So here it is, a day came that I was actually a CEO, right? Here it was years ago, I was thinking it never happened, but now it's happening. But then again, I'm still thinking about, oh my gosh, all those big companies, they have CEOs and I'm also a CEO. Like, really? Is this for real? Like, how does all of this come together? And part of the OPAL system that I use when I'm working with business owners includes that leadership part. And that leadership part, I explain to entrepreneurs, solo entrepreneurs, solo practitioners, micro business owners, that leadership part connects to you being a CEO for your business. It does, because CEOs are leaders. And you started your own business, you are a leader. Whatever it is your industry, you are now a leader in that industry. So I really help business owners really seeing that connection to being a CEO, being a leader. And we still need to know the qualities attached to being a CEO, right? So that we can be effective CEO. I'm trying to see who says that join. Agilepreneur has joined. Thank you so very much. So just talking about those qualities of being a CEO and being a business owner. And just to make sure we're all on the same page here, right? CEO stands for Chief Executive Officer. So I'm sure you've seen that title. It's like, okay, so what? A Chief Executive Officer, what to do? But what exactly do they do, right? Because again, you see the titles in the news, all these fancy things that people do, right? But you're not quite sure what they do. So on Investopedia, Adam Hayes has an article on there. And he talks about the fact that a CEO is the highest ranking executive in a company, right? Sure, you probably already knew that. But still, what do they do? So in his article, Adam on the Investopedia article, he went on to say that a CEO, makes those major corporate decisions, managing the overall operations and resources of a company, acting as the main point of contact between the board of directors and the corporate operations, and being the public face of the company. Does that start to sound familiar? Because that's what we do as micro business owners. We are the face of our company. We are looking at overall operations of our company. We are making major decisions, right? And I also found an article on Workable, and they talked about the fact that a CEO is defined as a person who formulates the business objectives and makes strategic decisions, such as expansion in a new market or developing a new product or service. Again, that's what we do as business owners, right? As micro business owners, that's what we're doing. Not true? I mean, we are sitting there, we are formulating business objectives. We are formulating those goals for our business. We have to make the strategic decisions for our business. We have to be thinking about, hey, are we going to enter a new market? Are we going to do a new product, a new service? We are acting as that main point of communication. We are the face of our business, right? Kind of goes into your brand. And by the way, a brand is not just a logo. A brand is a whole lot more than just a logo. I think we've gone down on Instagram. Hopefully it reconnects. So, still live on Facebook. So looking at that and looking at the fact that as a CEO, these are the things that we do. We do all of these different things in our business. So you are a CEO. You're making the same level of decisions that someone in one of those big companies that you've seen, you're making those same level of decisions. So you are making strategic decisions, managing operations for your company. You are the main point of contact. I know I've said that before, but I want to repeat it because I know you're doing those things on a daily basis, and I want to make sure you're recognizing that you are doing the same things that a CEO in what you're thinking is a big, medium or large size company, or even a big or small business than yours. Those are the same level of decisions they're making. So this stage has a really quick resource on this topic that I want to talk about. And it is that topic of, what are those qualities that we need to have as CEOs if you want to be successful, right? This stage has about 6 qualities that they highlight in that article from 6 different Vistage members, actually. But I'm only going to highlight 3 of them. And the 3 I'm going to highlight connect with a lot of things that you've heard me mention in several videos, and also the values for my company. If you get a chance, you could go check out the article on Vistage for the other 3. So the ones I want to share with you, the first up is connection. CEOs connect. Again, you have to get out there as a CEO. You're the face of your business. So you're out there making connections. That's what you're doing. Connecting and collaboration is one of the values for my company, right? And this is why I wanted to share this one with y'all in this video, because as a CEO, we need to be making those meaningful connections with staff. If you have staff, regardless if it's one person or as a micro business owner, you have probably 8 more on your team. There are 9 of you. If you're a bigger small business, you have your staff, you have your customers, making connections with your customers. And then those vendors that we do business with, think of your service providers. For all you solo entrepreneurs out there, think of those service providers that you have, those people you communicate with on a frequent basis for all the many things that you have to do to keep the operations of your business flowing. So you're making connections with them and you're listening to them. And then even better, you're doing actions to reflect the fact that you're listening to the person, right? So you're making meaningful connections with staff, with customers, with vendors, with those people that are related, to your business. Then the second one I wanted to talk about, that quality, is having a vision, or having vision, really. And 2020 was a very difficult year for many of us on several different levels. And focusing on the vision for our business is probably one of the many things, or one of the few things, that helped us to get through 2020. And For others, it could have been when you were looking at that vision, looking at everything that's going on, you probably not started to have to make this shift about, okay, what does our business stand for? What do we see our business doing? And maybe even formulated a new vision statement for your business. And if you did, you are being a CEO because you're looking at where do you want your business to go. As a CEO, you have to have that vision to be able to drive your business forward, to get your, drive your business into the future. That's what you're doing as a CEO. You're driving your business towards that vision that you have for where you want your business to be going, and focusing on that. And that's where all those goals are going to come in. Because remember, the definition of a CEO is a person who formulates business objectives. Business objectives are connected to goals, which are connected to your vision and your mission for your business, right? So you have this vision, and as a CEO, you focus on it, and you use this vision to help support your team members, and also to bring new team members on board. So again, you can constantly keep moving that business forward. So those are two traits so far. Sorry, two qualities so far. The third quality that CEOs have, that you have as a micro business owner, as a CEO of your own micro business, is resilience. Resilience is truly important, and we know running a business is not easy. It is seriously not for the faint-hearted, because we got our good days and we got our bad. Hell, let's be honest, some mornings you got a good hour and then you got a bad hour because of how things go sometimes. It really does feel like a roller coaster. If you've ever been on a roller coaster at, what do you call it, at Disney World, not Disney World, but if you went to MGM, you've ridden Six Flags, roller coaster, any of those big roller coasters. If you've ever been on them, they could start really good and they shoot you up and then you drop and then you're looping all the way around and you're flipped in so many different directions, all in the space of a couple seconds. Because if you've ever thought about it, your roller coaster ride does not last for hours. So now imagine being on that type of roller coaster ride for months, right? So you're sometimes being a business owner, it feels like you're on this roller coaster, but we can't give up. When you're resilient, you're not going to give up. A resilient CEO is going to lead their business through the tough times as well as the good times. As a resilient CEO, you're going to be there looking at what's happening in your business and finding solutions so that you can overcome the problems you're currently facing in your business and keep moving your business forward. That is a resilient CEO. You're finding solutions. You're solving problems. You're moving your business forward. Good times and also in bad. And always taking your business to that next level. Because remember, you got that vision too. So you're keeping that vision in the forefront and using that to help you with staying resilient and reaching those successes. So take some time to give yourself credit for your ability to connect with others in your company, for your ability to focus on your vision that you have for your business, and with being resilient. Yeah, today's Friday. Hey, end of the week, do some self-reflection and give yourself some credit for the fact that you have these qualities. And yes, right now might be a tough time for you in your business, but you have these qualities to help you with moving forward. So again, with these qualities, you can move your business to that next level that you want to take it to. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm Dr. Priscilla Kucer. I go by Dr. P, and I am the owner of Priscilla Kucer Consulting Solutions. Until next time, y'all, remember, solutions plus actions equals results. Bye, y'all.